many years, Scottish football was waiting for this fixture. It was being hotly anticipated. They said that Scottish football was going to die without it.
Armageddon, and
it happened. It happened in full view of a KFC.
Yep.
Alloa 1, Heart of Midlothian 4.
Nice.
Join us on We Have No Cares as we study the resurrection of Scottish football. We're back. We're back in the big time, boys.
We've done it.
I'm Nicole Hay.
I'm Robert Borthwick.
I'm Iain Walker.
And I'm Frigey.
Yeah,
Yay.
the boys are back.
In town.
The first team, the great crew. We thought maybe they'd jinxed us last week when we lost to Falkirk, but no, we just needed to get back out on the training pitch, back working, back to basics.
Back playing Sunday shite.
Yeah.
Yeah. Falkirk went and dropped points at home to Dumbarton.
Yeah. 3-3 though, some game.
Good old football, eh?
Yep.
Always fun and predictable. Yeah, we had a game.
It was a nighttime game.
Under the big floodlights,
Yep,
on the big stage.
The infamous Indo drill atmosphere under the floodlights.
I can't believe, like
I didn't know there was a train track right beside it. And then I saw a big freight train going past. I was like, that's something to watch.
There were so many
instead of the game.
things. There's so many things I didn't know about the Indodrill Stadium, having not been there. But we dispatched these two last time, and they came back without telling us that there was a KFC within spitting distance of the pitch.
Well, I didn't know you could see it from inside the ground that time, to be fair.
Why do you think Rangers fare so badly there?
I can't see Boydie just salivating every time. Not making those
one-piece meal.
It's sort of like McDowell suddenly gets really excited because Boyd's making a run and he realises it's off the pitch, faulting the fence with the first sign of athleticism that he's shown in 20 years.
John Daly goes straight on goal and ends up choking on a boneless bucket. He's fat. That's why it's funny.
That's why it works. Yeah, you just got to follow the rules of comedy there, and you did it.
That's it.
Speaking of funny things, this game was delayed for its TV kickoff because the Alloa keeper McDowell was, I'm going to assume, having a really runny shit.
Yes, my immediate thought was Jobby. That's looking like Jobby, and then the BBC Alba camera panned in on his arse. It was great.
The fun thing is, I had the sound down because I also had the Man City Chelsea game on in the background. So I had the sound up on that, so I could turn my attention to it if anything happened. By the way, nothing really did.
No.
But I was just sort of looking at the images, and they just sort of like they were in the centre circle waiting to take kickoff, and then there was a sort of arty shot of an empty goal, and was is this a statement was happening here? And then I realised that there was no goalkeeper.
There's no goalkeeper. Yeah, it's spot what's wrong with this picture.
Sheepishly running from the sideline, trying to pull the toilet paper that was stuck to the bottom of his shoes off.
Yeah.
You ever miss something because you're having a running shit, Frigid?
Most likely, aye. Can't. Nothing springs to mind. No, sorry.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Yeah. Iain?
I once missed a week of university, ironically because of a KFC.
Ah.
So that's a link.
There we go.
Runny shits and KFC. That's my link with Alloa.
Nice.
See, that is a broadcast professional.
You, on the other hand,
You're gonna have some things to learn, young Mister
That's
Frigid.
why I'm here.
you got to up your game.
Every day is a school day. Right, the actual game. It was a weird game, I thought. Weird game was there's not much notable about it apart from the goals, which were all fucking cracking.
Yeah, the first two were cracking.
I quite enjoyed Callum Patterson's goal.
It was pretty textbook stuff, to be honest with you.
I enjoy all of Callum Patterson's goals. He's my favourite for scoring because he just looks so ridiculous when he celebrates.
Well, right, okay. Well, we'll get to them. The first most noticeable thing about it was a change in formation, a change in style.
Yes.
From the usual, we went
Narrow.
a 4-4-2 diamond.
Yeah.
Dropping one of the wingers and installing Jamie Walker in at the tip behind the two strikers. How did you feel about that before the game, Iain Walker?
I was really busily studying the menu at the bar we were in and didn't really pay much attention to it until the game started.
Great.
Fantastic. That's your professionalism through the floor.
Yeah, that's it.
Great.
Fucked.
Well, I didn't know that they were playing a diamond before it, but it obviously worked really well, and so during the game I was very happy with it.
Thank you, Iain.
Great. Yeah.
Right, so the game began. We didn't really create a lot before the first goal. We did have one sort of broken play off a corner or a free kick. The ball broke to Prince at the side of the box. What did he do, Robert?
Crossed it.
He did.
Yes, yeah, I remember he crossed it.
It's not a test.
Crossed it to the back post, and James Keating's hit a volley into the side netting.
That's exactly what it did. 10 points. Got the top of the class.
Score. Get that right up, you Fridge.
But I'm going to give Fridge. I'm going to toss Fridge an easy one, just to say. After that, there was the goal. What happened to the goal?
Don't give him the goal.
The goal. I actually missed the goal. I was watching.
Fuck's sake!
I was washing bike parts.
You were what?
Yeah, just the way the day went.
You were washing bike parts.
Heart of Midlothian
Yeah.
were playing. You thought, oh, that bike's off a dirty.
No, you don't understand. It's not worth
You're right. I do not.
It's not worth getting into.
You're such a shit.
But I saw the replay. The replay was awfully good.
Can you tell me what happened in the replay, at least?
Because I'm pretty sure the replay is a pretty fair representation of what actually happened.
Yeah, they don't change it for the later audience.
Apart from the lasers they had.
Explosion.
Comedy cartoon sound effects. Wah, 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 wah. Pow!
Yeah.
Well, the sound of that pow was Payardo
Yeah.
picking up the ball in the midfield
Yeah.
and giving it a real good spank from about 100 yards.
Yeah. Ram spanked it right to the top corner.
And bending it away from the goalkeeper into the top right hand corner. It was superb, absolutely beautiful.
It's good. You know, that's his third ever career goal. And he's what, 28, 29, something like that.
That's the sort of goal guys like that score, though.
Yeah.
Like the guys who are like I mean, he scored that goal because Alloa gave him all of the space he wanted. Like it was just
Yeah.
an innocuous touch back from Gomez, and Pardo went, wow, I've got nothing in front of me.
Is anybody alive out there?
Yeah, he wasn't trying to score a goal. He was just trying to find human contact. It was just like, is there anyone?
I'm so alone.
I'm too scared to go into the darkness. I'll send this ball ahead of me to report back.
Nobody saw him quickly writing a note and stuffing it in the valve of the ball before he hit it. If anybody finds this, I'm somewhere near the centre circle.
He thought the KFC was a mirage.
But yeah, that's that's the sort of goal that Claude Makaleli scored once every 10 years. Just absolutely pearled it in.
Yeah, it was some hit. Great goal. Wonderful stuff.
But yeah, Pardo, bang, hit, wallop, goal.
Crash, bang, wallop. What a goal.
Then after that we had another chance. Osman Sow, who played rather magnificently today.
Well, actually, see, you were talking about the diamond and stuff like that. I liked how So quite often dropped into that sort of tip of the diamond, and then Walker was up front with Keatings, and then other times Keatings would come deep as well. It was quite a nice. It was almost like a front three rather than a midfield four, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, very much so.
The way that they just sort of circulated, went round, was fucking great to watch, to be honest with you, because everyone knew where each other was. It was lovely.
As we were saying last week and many times before, that sort of second striker position is So's absolute reason for being. And he's great at it. It will be interesting once he's capable of playing 90 minutes. I think him and say Falk up front will be able to sort of dovetail like that very nicely.
Yeah,
But, I can see why Robbie chose to have one or the other, given that So can't do the full 90 at the moment. But anyway, he dropped back into space, and what happened? He collected the ball and he rolled it out wide for Jamie Walker.
Yep. Oh yeah, and then Walker sliced it wide.
He did.
He lashed at it, considering his finishing's been pretty on point recently, as was evidenced later on in the game, to be fair. He tried to sort of thunderfuck it into the back of the net and ended up hitting some sort of random barrier behind the goals where there was no fans.
Just treat it gentle, Jamie. That's all we ask.
Exactly, yeah, and just slide it in.
Chris.
Yep.
Scoring a great goal is like making love to a beautiful woman.
How would you know, having not done either?
Oh,
This
burn.
is true.
You just got zinged, bitch.
Yeah.
was
What you
come
can
back.
do though is you can tell us about Alloa's only great attacking move of the game.
Bit of a counter attack. Passed it about a bit, then they got into the box and there was a nice pass, a little back heel thingy, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And then they beat Alexander and it was almost in and it hit the post and then it wasn't in.
But who did that?
I don't know any Alloa players.
Stephen Simmons, man.
Oh, it was Simmons, of course, yeah, we were talking about it.
Yeah, 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, mate, I'm really not on form.
Sorry, Stephen Simmons.
Stephen Simmons.
Him.
Yep.
Stephen
Simmons.
Simmons.
He's still a footballer.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. So you're telling me it's Stephen Simmons, who
used to play for Dunfermline.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who broke clear of the back line in a lovely sort of weighted 1-2 move and then hit the ball off the inside of the post. That's Stephen Simmons.
Stephen Simmons, yep.
Is there any random drug testing after the game?
I hope so.
Which you could find out where he got it.
Yeah.
So they're like, well, you had to spend a lot of time in Alloa, this seems fair.
But no, it was actually a really nice move. It was Greg Spence who played the wee sort of reverse pass through to him and stuff like that. It was fine.
Because it didn't go in.
Didn't score though, so fuck him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I wouldn't fuck him, he's very ugly.
He's not pretty.
Ali Mujtuk had the least Ali Mujtuk free kick in the world.
Yeah, it was a wee bit of a letdown. I sort of, he lined it up. It was sort of corner of the box, really, on the left hand side, and he just kind of papped it over the wall. And it's kind of, what are you doing, man? We expect like thunderous.
It was a deft chip. It's not his style.
But then the goalie still shat it and panned it over the bar when he could have caught it. But shot on target, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All I really want Oshtuk to do with a free kick is hit it into the wall so hard that the guy it hits goes in with the ball.
Seems possible.
Yeah. That definitely doesn't just happen in cartoons.
Well, I've got a very cartoon-centric mind today.
Yes, absolutely.
Could use them for the indirect free kick.
Actually, I was surprised we didn't use Iain for that, to be honest. But
Just to hammer it towards goal.
yeah,
Should have done indirect free kicks. We'll talk about it, seeing how we're on it.
Yeah.
They're always fun, but they hardly ever result in goals.
no, and I didn't really think it was a pass back.
No,
it definitely wasn't. He just stuck his foot out. Like,
Yeah, and it went back to the keeper. It was a weird decision. Like,
yeah, there was nothing deliberate about it. And didn't
No.
it hit a Hearts player on the way back as
Yeah,
well?
it hit so.
deflected. It's like,
It was the most baffling of decisions, and then Osman So Celtic parked it.
Yeah. It seems to be his behaviour whenever he has to hit a shot inside the penalty box. He should only restrict himself to hitting them from outside the penalty box, because when he hits it inside, they go, he Van Vossens them.
Yeah, it was. It wasn't even close to being close.
he managed to hit it 10 yards over the bar from less than 12 yards. Like, imagine the rate of incline on that. It's like
The trajectory.
That takes skill,
is-
though, to be fair.
Yeah, like to hit it that hard and get it going that high would be quite difficult. Like,
Yeah. Fair
if
play
you're
to
doing
him.
it deliberately.
He's a genius.
But this is what happens
Played
with
the
these
Super Bowl.
This is what happens with these indirect free kicks. They just pack the goal mouth, and it's really difficult unless you're like super skillful to just sort of slot it into the tiniest bit of space. You might as well just try and injure somebody with a nose stirk. Just
Just
like,
melt it at them.
aim for the balls, Aleem. Aim for the balls.
They'd all jump out the way if he was taking them. He'd take his run up from the centre circle.
Just let them really, really think about it. So like, do I want to win this game or do I want to have ribs?
Yeah, you can have this one, Aileen.
Sorry, Gaffer. Like, guy just like gets out of the way and just walks out of the stadium. So like, I know I'm fired. I know.
Bye. Yeah, so that happened as well.
Yeah, also. You might not remember this one. This wasn't in the highlights, but I thought it should have been Danny Wilson had a shot on the turn.
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Cute.
Left-footed as well.
Not bad.
Yeah, just on the ankle. Nice.
Yeah, came to him from Walker out wide, and his first touch wasn't that great, but it completely bamboozled the defender who ran 10 yards the opposite way, giving Wilson a chance to strike it.
But we had another lovely shot on the turn from Osman So.
Yeah, lovely wee turn, wee flick past his man on his left peg. It was a wee bit of a shanner of a shot though, unfortunately. Sort of papped it down the middle.
It's like we can see like how much match fitness he's gaining. Like he's graduated from walking to running to kicking the ball to trapping the ball.
Yeah.
Shooting the balls next.
Yeah, that's going to be up there.
Fingers crossed.
Just filling that meter. They followed a weird sort of bit of play, and there was like Kyle Benedictus had a massive challenge on Osman So, which like it was a fair challenge. He got the ball, but like So went about 20 feet in the air. Actually, it wasn't a fair challenge.
No, he fucking took him out of the game and got booked for it. Aye.
Yeah, but no, he didn't. He didn't get like we didn't get a free kick or anything for it. But it was just after Miguel had like put a slight little nudge on somebody in our own penalty box, and Alloa were upset. Did you see the nudge? Did you think anything of it, Frigey? What part of the bike were you cleaning at this point? How are your cantilevers?
I don't use cantilevers. Not on the bike that I'm building.
Literally no one gives even the slightest of fucks.
Anyway, I was washing the chain set.
Thanks for that analysis. Cheers.
Great stuff. I thought it was never a penalty in a million years. He kind of sort of brushed the guy's back and he went flying. It was
more of a tender caress than anything like that.
Ah, yeah.
The Alloa player should have been honoured to know the touch of a man of the calibre of Miguel Gallardo.
I'm sure he is.
He's never going to watch that spot again.
That's why he fell over. He was just like,
He's
a swoon.
James Keating loves hitting the bar.
Ah, he loves it. Yeah.
Such a fan of the bar. This is what happens when you play crossbar challenge in training.
Do you think he's just got too into it? Do you think he's using games to practice for the crossbar challenge?
He's got his whole mind's upside down. He's training for training by using matches.
Yeah, that was a good free kick. Well struck and all that. The keeper was nowhere, but yeah, unfortunate.
Didn't think it was going to dip that far.
No,
I thought it was going to be fairly comfortably over. Obviously, so did the goalie.
Aye.
And then, surprised everyone when it hit the bar.
It was a lovely wee technique.
I nearly dropped the pedals.
I'll bet you did.
So once he was done battering the ball off the crossbar, James Keating's, he did better.
He did, didn't he?
But this was all about Osman Sow in the build-up. Talk to me about the sexual potency of Osman Sow.
He's a very, very sexy man. Tall, athletic, handsome, good hair, looks nice in a suit. You know he's got a good job. It's really everything you could want, and I'm sure he's an absolute animal in the bedroom.
Excellent foot technique.
Yep.
Wait, what?
I would definitely swipe right on. Swipe right.
Swipe right.
Yeah. Fuck that one. Yeah, so.
So, you think of Osman Sow as a melon?
Yeah.
Nice. Miguel Gallardo fed Osman Sow with a long ball from the rear third. Osman Sow killed it.
Yeah.
Turned around.
Yeah.
Slipped it to Keatings.
Yeah.
What did Keatings do?
He turned his man inside out twice.
Inside out, so he was back to normal.
That's just how nice a guy is.
Like, let me fix it.
I can't leave you like this.
So yeah, turned it back outside in, and then
Spankapalooza.
Yeah. Skip past him, Spankapalooza. Did I say it right?
You did.
Cool. Is that what the Spanish call?
Is that Spanish? No. That's Spanapalooza.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Jesus Christ, Frigey.
No, he hit the ball into the net.
Yeah.
Very well.
That was a
deliciously.
goal.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he can't stop fucking scoring goals, man. It's amazing. I love him.
Yeah.
I actually.
Can we keep him?
I actually kind of love him, like, as in, you know.
I can't make up my mind.
I want to take it to the next level with him.
More than Ian loves Osman Sow, evidently.
I love Keatings more than I love Sow. I'm daft for all of them, mate.
You're just a big dick daft.
I can't. I love the fact that he keeps on scoring goals, but his general sort of play, Keatings is sort of we could be better with slightly different players, and then he scores another goal, and I'm torn. I don't know what to do.
I like his style of play.
Yeah.
I like it even when he's being played in our kind of old 4-2-3-1-y system that we tend to play at Tynecastle. He's got so much fucking energy. He just doesn't stop.
Yeah.
And it's not just what he's doing on the ball. The way he runs as he pulls people wide and he makes space for other folk to get through.
Very, very intelligent striker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we can have this discussion now. I was going to save it to the end, but this was what I was thinking. The 4-4-2 diamond.
Yes.
It's a way of going forward. First of all, I thought this was an incredibly brave move by Robbie. And he obviously knew that things kind of had to be changed up a little bit. But given that most of our great plays come from having two wingers this season, the decision to drop them and go for narrowness is pretty interesting. But I think while it helped us with possession in midfield, I think we did see problems trying to defend from wide, because it really depends on the Caballeros moving out from the side of the diamond in time, and if the opposing team break too quickly, then they get overlaps against the exposed fullbacks.
Yes.
Which
what point are you making?
The point I'm making is that I would think that with Zefa kind of fully fit Sow up front, So can do his thing that he likes to do of like pulling off to the left. The guy who's in the tip of the diamond, be it Walker or Nicholson or even King, who think all of them could thrive in there.
Yeah.
Not Jason Holt though, because he's gone.
Maybe Kenny Anderson though.
Maybe Kenny Anderson.
Whoever the fuck he is.
Whoever the fuck he is, whatever fucking position he plays.
Just put him there.
Who knows? They can pull to the right. So in situations where you need width, either defensively or attacking wise, then that would provide it. Do you think Keating's could do the same job of sort of pulling out wide?
Yeah, I think he could. You know, he played out wide quite a lot for Hamilton and stuff like that, so he's definitely got that in his locker. But I wouldn't want him to.
So
he's better as a finisher than he is as a runner, but he does have that good winger's build, that kind of low centre of gravity, and he's fast as fuck.
He's the best natural finisher at the club.
That's true.
Not by a distance. I mean, So can score good goals and stuff like that as well, but you know,
Safe loves a tap-in.
He does. He thrives on that shit. But no, Keating's play in and around the penalty area, I think, is too important in a team like that. I think he'd be wasted playing elsewhere.
So do you think that our best frontline pairing, if we are going to up front, is So and Keatings, or do you think having the presence of Zayfik gives us more, or do you think it's horses for courses?
Horses for courses every time. Depends who you're playing.
Yeah.
If you need a bit of height and a bit of strength, Zayfik and So. If you're wanting to tire some people out, maybe part timers or just people that you're going to have a bit more possession against, then Keatings to work the defenders hard. Maybe we could play with So or Zayfik, but
yeah.
I like So and Keatings as a combination. Generally speaking, I think that I prefer a team that has a bit more energy rather than the hold up play that we tend to play with Zayfik.
Well, I think this, you know, you see it all the time. It's like, what's our best starting lineup and stuff like that. I think that's just, you know, with this setup with Nielsen in there doing what he's doing, it's become a redundant question because there's no set best lineup.
I fully agree with that.
It depends on the team you're playing.
Exactly. So I think like the more relevant question is the hardest game that we've got to play remaining this season. When we go to Easter Road, what would you like to see?
Goals, loads and loads of goals.
Us winning the league.
Guard of honour.
A newly built bike.
A really shiny mudguard. But yeah, so would it be right? I think to try and drag us back to the point. I think Hibs would definitely play a diamond, so I think we would want to match up with them in that way. So do we go? So is it more important to have Zayfik's presence or Keating's pace and irritability? When we're at Easter Road.
I would personally play Keatings and bring Zayfik on. That's how I would play it anyway. Keatings is pretty much proven he's usually better from a start rather than coming on to a game anyway. I would definitely start Keatings and So up front.
You wouldn't be tempted to use Zayfik to beat the defenders up and then Keating's pace to take them out once they're knackered?
I'd rather beat them up when they're knackered, so Keatings to knacker them by running rings round them and then Zayfik to come in and fucking kill them.
You've got to remember as well, Osman So's fast as fuck, so he can still do that side of it, that aspect. So, you know, it's just great that we have all these options. It is delicious.
Options. So many options that Dale Carrick's gone on loan to Wraith Rovers for a month.
He fucking won the corner for the equaliser yesterday.
Oh, yes!
Yes, Dale!
Who scored it?
In the 91st minute.
Who scored in the 91st minute at Easter Road?
Christian Nadi, goal machine!
Fucking Nadi.
Legend.
Brilliant.
If he only ever scores at Easter Road for the rest of his career, I'll be fucking delighted.
that was scenes in the pub when that flashed up on Soccer Saturday, I must say.
We should consider getting him an emergency loan.
Do a swap deal.
Just to get him a medal, like. Score the winner for the singular game that we win the league in.
Oh God, if Christian Nadi won us the league at Easter Road.
I'd be beside myself.
Wank fantasy.
So after all that frivolity at Easter Road to drag it back to Alloa, they went and scored a goal, the bastards.
Cunts.
So obviously this formation isn't working.
Yeah.
Nielsen should be fired.
Nielsen out.
I'm not going back.
Well, you've not been back since last week, so, you know, get to your word.
With it.
Yeah.
I'm taking up cycling instead.
Kind of felt like there must have been some sort of huge breakdown at the set piece. It was from a corner. Greg Spence got up, but he got up over Miguel Pallardo, who has many great qualities, but being tall is not one of them.
No, was it from a corner?
I'm fairly sure it was from
Yeah,
a
it was
corner.
a corner.
Was it? No, okay then.
Do you want to watch the highlights again, mate?
I'm not sure I believe any of you.
I just agree with Nicol. He sounds clever.
Sounds.
And he wears glasses.
Yeah, it was a sloppy goal to lose, a bad goal to lose. I kind of got a wee bit nervous when that went in, obviously after last week's fiasco. But yeah, turned out to be needless squeaky bum. But yeah.
But no, it was a concern at the time because, apart from the goals we'd scored, we weren't creating loads of other chances, so it kind of felt we'd maybe gone back into our shell, just sort of trying to see it out. So it kind of felt
a wee bit.
Yeah.
A wee bit.
Must have been. Give me a noise, Ian.
Yeah. That's
What
right.
kind of noise?
That was pretty shit. No, it doesn't matter. You fucked it now.
Yeah.
You've ruined it. But yeah, Greg Spence, decent header from him. Should never have been allowed the space, but yeah. We picked ourselves up and we went again.
Yeah, we went again. We went for half time. Half time came and went.
Yeah.
Everybody enjoyed their family-sized bucket. First notable incident in the second half, Osman Sow denied a clear-cut penalty for the second week in a row.
Yeah.
It was even more of a clear-cut penalty than last week.
Yeah, the guy like trip barged him.
Trudged.
Yeah, he charged him. Sort of clipped his ankle and then pushed him blatantly about 4 yards away from the referee. And
so the question is, do we think Osman Sow whispers nasty things to the referees at kick-off?
He texts them and tells them they look terrible in black.
Not your colour, mate. Not your colour.
Your whistles are shiter, mate.
So Osman Sow definitely hates referees, and that's why he doesn't get penalties.
Yeah.
Cool. Glad we got to the bottom of that.
That's the reason why. Yeah.
Staunch investigative journalism.
And then what happened after that?
Well, very, very shortly after that, good old Stephen Simmons tried to pass it back.
Was that was basically the same move, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was exactly the same move.
Yeah.
Osman might still have been composing his Instagram campaign against that prick of a referee. Well, Stephen Simmons decided that he wanted for one last time in his life to set up a Hearts goal.
And set up he did. It was a great pass for Walker on rushing, and then it was quite a clever finish from Walker.
Yeah, well, he took Iain Walker's advice. He treated the ball gently.
Yeah, he slipped it in.
Gently caressed it into the net.
Yeah,
just slipped it in at the near post. It wouldn't even. Goal. And the crowd went.
Set up for the centre again. He's just having a fag all beside him under a duvet. Hey, baby, that's a nice goal.
Why don't you go put the kettle on?
Phone yourself a taxi.
My next note is pretty impressive in this context. Could you read that note there, Frigey?
Prince Run of Rossex.
That's what he did.
That's some note making skills there.
Yeah.
Sex.
That's the only adjective I could use to come up with Prince sort of evading 3 challenges and not quite having a shot at the end. It was raw.
Yeah, raw sex.
Does your sex normally end in sort of mild disappointment? Starts off really exciting and then it just gets squaffed.
Then I say, oh well, maybe next time. We had a wonderful move shortly after that. Loads of guys overloading. So on the left fed it to Zeefuik, who fed the ball on, sort of like a singular flowing move to Eckersley, who had overlapped into the centre, and then he had no right foot whatsoever.
No.
Hesitated, dinged, dithered, went, oh, here you go, Jamie, you try it. Hit it straight at the keeper.
Yeah.
That was very frustrating.
It was a nice wee move though.
Yeah.
That part of it was good. Zeefuik with the control on his tits. Passed it with his tits to the tits inside the tits. And he titsed it right at the keeper.
Titacular.
Yeah.
Callum Patterson had a really strong shot from outside the area and basically murdered their number 4, Ben Gordon. Just hit him square in the middle and he fell over.
I remember that, yeah.
I was on my 5th pint by this stage. I was gone.
the professionalism is striking.
Yep.
But yeah, he hit the ball and he fell over, and I went, ha!
Sounds like a good time, man.
Top analysis.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I like guys getting hit and then falling over.
It is funny. Anyone falling over in any context is good, to be honest with you. It's one of my favourite things.
Billy King had a good dig outside the box.
Billy King's, the way he strikes the ball is fucking great on both feet as well. Doesn't matter left or
Great
right.
technique.
He can ping a football. I've got a lot of time for B King, I must say.
Yeah, and like I was saying, I mean, you worry about him the most if we sort of adapt to a wingerless formation going forward. But I think he can do a job.
Yeah,
in that sort of role.
Absolutely, I like him. I rate him.
He's good. He's good. Well, you know what? The very next good thing he did is he put in a corner.
Yeah. Was that? Oh fuck! That's another assist for kicking.
Yeah, that's one more assist.
Even though he's played 5 minutes in the last 4 weeks. Yeah, still popping up. Aye.
And who did he assist? Iain Walker.
Big C Pats, yo. It was good.
Word.
Cam Patterson
God, that's worse than me last week.
continued his record of something like scoring in every 6 games as a fullback. He's never gone more than 6 games for Hearts without scoring.
Is that right?
That's true, yeah.
Wow.
I think that's his 20th goal for Hearts or something there as well. He's got a good record for someone who played up front and wasn't very good at it.
To be fair, Alloa just did not bother defending it at all.
No, they'd given up. They couldn't give one fuck. It was a very Callum Patterson goal.
We're all putting in their KFC orders.
They're all standing about, single coverage on Callum Patterson. He just ran towards the ball and went, oof yeah, and the ball went, yeah.
And the net went, oh.
Continuing the theme there, Walker.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It was a goal, wasn't it?
It was.
89th minute goal, 4-1.
4-1.
Yeah.
Heart of Midlothian victory.
Yeah.
We march on. 3 points.
3 more points. 16 ahead of
16
Rangers.
clear.
It could be even more when we take on Livingston next week.
True that.
And
Is
then
it
again,
home
the
game
week after that.
And what if they play before us after that? Because they play Hibs on the 13th, and a big Friday game against their kryptonite.
Is that right-wing slang?
Very good.
Bravo.
Come on with the show. Not here for plugs.
But yeah, I think the main thing to take from that was a very professional performance, and we found a new formation, which most importantly gets Miguel Pallardo back in the midfield, because I think we missed him when he wasn't there, and he was, to continue the theme, he was sex on bread.
Is that like a horrible version of Soggy Biscuit?
I think you'll find that's a fantastic version of Soggy Biscuit. Just lay down some slices of granary and get busy.
Didn't he ever use seeded batch for that, man?
Wild oat bread.
But yeah, Miguel Pallardo, he was magnificent. Tell me he wasn't.
No.
Nah.
Because he was, right?
Yeah, he was. He was.
I wouldn't lie to you, man.
He was really good at football.
Okay, well, we've wrung every drop we can out of Alloa. On to songs, and I think the only man, the shining man,
Yes.
the sex, on the bread,
On bread.
Miguel Pallardo Gonzalez.
Yes.
So we're all agreed then that we are going to celebrate Miguel Pallardo in song.
Damn right. God, I love that man.
Who would want to begin?
Frigey.
Pallardo, can't hold it back anymore. Pallardo, turn away and slam in a goal.
You missed out the biggest bit of the song. You're supposed to do like the big I don't care. Like
I don't
that's
care.
like the main bit of the song.
What is
I
the
don't even
song?
know what song it is.
Let it go.
Let it go from Frozen.
From Frozen. I didn't do much preparation.
Do you want a
Sex
Pallardo
profession.
man?
He's just torpedoed you. No way.
There was no topping last week, so I thought, why bother?
Iain Walker, rescue us.
Okay. I know you stand in line until you think you have the time to shoot a raker on goal. And if we go to Alloa, I know that there's a chance of you pleasing my soul. And afterwards we get a little KFC before we hit the road home. And we get to enjoy it all because we sang someone Spanish called Payardo.
Very good.
Aces. Liked it.
Do you want to go next? Are you prepared?
Yeah, I'll go next. Usually when I'm hungover I fuck it up, so let's see how this goes. He plays well with Morgaro. The ball sticks to his feet. Payardo. I hope he skips jail time. Maybe just a fine.
I'm also impressed by that because I considered that as my tune, but couldn't do it.
Yeah.
Didn't have the capability.
Nope.
So
it's your turn now.
It is my turn, and mine is just specifically about that moment.
Okay.
Where did they come from, Payardo? You ain't scored since a long time ago. That was a raker, that was a goal. Where did they come from, Payardo?
That's fantastic.
That's fucking amazing. Yeah, I think Nichols won this.
Yeah, Nichols, absolutely.
Ganador!
Just in the way that you sung it as well.
I was already to get up and start line dancing. That was fantastic.
Brilliant.
Great, we can all join in with that one next time we're on a bus. Great, well that was a fun time we all had. Thank you very much, Frigey. I'll shake your hand. Shake Iain Walker's hand.
Thank you.
Shake Robert Borthwick's hand.
Thanks.
And you could tell me all your Twitter handles.
Yes, I am at RF Borthwick. You are at Nicol Hay.
That's
we
correct.
are at We Have No Cares.
He is at Iain Walker 5.
Ian with an eye.
2.
2 eyes, multiple eyes.
Yeah.
7 minutes.
Obviously it's got one eye.
And I am at Frigey Town.
Fantastic.
Sure is, that's where he is.
He's great. You can email us suggestions and songs and stuff at wehavenocares@gmail.com.
Lord fucking knows we could have done with some of this.
And also you can find this show and all our previous shows at wehavenocares.tumblr.com. That's got the YouTube links and the RSS feeds and all that shit.
What a fucking pro.
Yep.
We'll be back next week with Hot Chat from Livingston.
I won't be because I'll be in Norway.
Alright, we probably won't be back next week because Rob won't be here.
Yeah, sorry guys.
So, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with Hot Chat from Livingston.
That worked out well.
Yeah, treat it as one long, 180-minute game.
It's a Livingston double dunter in 2 weeks' time. Something for you to look forward to.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Steve Crawford.
Amaruso, that's a run, it's a dive!